work with the underserved communities, the government schools, and as well as the underserved communities of 11 different cities right now. And we implement a Sports for All program, which is a physical literacy program. And from there, we identify and scout talent, and we kind of mentor them, groom them, nurture them to play at district level, state level, different levels. And post that, there is a Sports for Change competition also, where all of these children get exposed to a competitive environment, because most of these kids do not get access to structured competition. And lastly, we also have a sports scholarship, where most of the budding athletes who are performing at a certain level get a sports scholarship from the HCL Foundation, which is driven by the power of one fund, which is an employee, HCL Tech employee, voluntary contribution. You can achieve scale by working through the government. No organization would have that much corpus that they can really solve a larger national issue. There are models that can be implemented in silos through corporates bringing in those processes and mechanisms and creating case studies from those particular silos. And these are platforms like these that we had today, where these best practices can be shared and a consolidation of that can happen and present to the government, and where some of these models can then be scaled at a state level or at a national level. Even if it's implemented at a state level, we have a lot of case studies where in different thematics, not in sports right now, but in education, in healthcare, where some of these models have been done in a particular district or a block, and then scaled at a state level where state policies have accepted all of it. Similar things we need to do in sports now also. Through the Sports for Change initiative of HCL Foundation, we are making sport work, and the idea is to bring smiles to children who do not get the opportunities, and that's it.
CSR in sport itself is a very new avenue. It's just come in since 2013. The earlier days, if you wanted to support an athlete, you had to go and explain why sport, why an athlete, and people won't really support one athlete. But I think the entire CSR mandate that allows training towards Olympic, Paralympic, and rural sport has really opened up the possibilities of corporates actually investing into sport, and gives organizations like us an opportunity, as Go Sports, to really get corporate funding to talented athletes who need it, right? So we go through the entire due diligence process and try and match corporate objectives and the athlete's talent and the gaps, and then we formulated athlete development programs, and we kind of take CSR funding and give it to athletes. So it's a evolving process, but I think in the last 8 years we've come a long way. We currently run about 12 athlete development programs for different corporates, and the fund of fund projects that we talk about is really taking funds of corporates based on their budgets and putting it into existing program frameworks that we already have. So we have a Olympic program, we have a Paralympic program, we have a long-term athlete development program, we have a program in disability, we have a program called Dream Gold. So based on the objectives of a corporate and based on what we think are the gaps in Indian sport, we try and marry the two and create these athlete development programs. This is how we make sport work.